Good morning, Buck fans. Sorry about that. Had a little technical difficulty earlier to get on, but I appreciate you guys. Again, welcome to the Bucs post game. Coach Slick and I is here. So we're gonna get in here and we're gonna talk about this game and we're gonna break the shit down. Guys, stay tuned for Bucs Report post game. I'll be right back, guys. Let's get ready for this. Let's get ready for today.
Mayfield sideline shot in the zone. Evans got it. Breaks away from the tackle and very much in field goal range here. Mayfield takes a deep shot now for Evans. It's the back first and goal. Mayfield to Otten. Flag down. Otten feet down. Four lines bringing heat. Yep, they are. Mayfield brought down by Hutchinson. Johnson, the offensive coordinator, sends a pass play out and crossing. It's the tight end, Brock Wright, out of Notre Dame, right into the secondary. All the way to the 24. Lions. Goff gives to Reynolds inside. Touchdown.
What's up, Buck fans? Again, good morning to the post game. How y'all doing? AJ Turnerbear. We got Slick over here in the house. What's going on, Slick? How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. Just wanted to get back into show magic. You know what it is. You know, we've got football's back, so.
Damn right. I showed that for a reason, Buck fans. I want that to be ingrained. I could have played the rest, but I didn't want to do that. I want that shit to be ingrained into your thought process. If they tell you that this is not an important game today, Buck fans, it is important. This is playoff implications right here. Whoever wins this game will more than likely have to go to their town to make it to the Super Bowl. Don't let people tell you any different. This is a very important game. This also shows us, win or lose, if we can hang with the big boys. Because right now, Detroit is picked to be a Super Bowl contender team. Now, we'll break all that down later, but Buck fans, don't let nobody tell you different. Fuck Detroit today. Fuck Laporta. Fuck Campbell. Amon St. Brown. Fuck all of them today. It's about the Bucs. And don't let nobody deter you from believing in your team. I believe in this team. Are the odds stacked against us? Yes. Are the odds a little overinflated on the Detroit Lions? Absolutely. We'll break that down. But best believe it. They're talking all that shit about the Lions offense. They forgot about your Buccaneers. They forgot that Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, those two are better than St. Brown and Williamson. Williamson just started to be relevant. Amon St. Brown, you can't even compare him to Evans because he ain't been in the league long enough. So put some fucking respect on Mike Evans, please. For all you people out there glazing, and you know who I'm talking to, I don't care if you're listening or not, stop polishing Hutchinson's gooch area. He ain't there yet. Is he good? Yes. Is he fucking Simeon Rice or Bosa or TJ Watt? Fuck no. Stop it. Coach Slick, when all of a sudden the Lions became the fucking Legion of Boom defense? All of a sudden, they're going to play man. Oh, you want to play right into the Bucs' hands? Man is the death sentence for those guys. Carlton Davis, we know him very well. He doesn't have good recovery. He's not good. When he gets beat, we've seen it. He gets beat. Godwin, do I need to say more? McMillan. I'm sorry I had to go on this little rant because I'm tired of the bullshit. Slick, we have a right to believe in our team. And it's not so far fucking fetched that this Bucs team can beat the Lions. The Lions guys had one. You had one. Detroit fans, I'm talking to y'all right now. You had one fucking good year. In how many years? Calm down. One thing that I can always respect about the Bucs community, we knew we were shit. And when we got better, we didn't care about anybody else. We said, we just want to be in the dance. Detroit fans, stop letting the media overinflate you. Because I can bring up the receipts. You guys were so shitty for so many years. You had to give Thanksgiving to the media for playing your sorry asses. And you went 0-16 in modern day fucking football. So when somebody says the Bucs went 0-26, we were an opening franchise in the 70s, first of all. We didn't have direction. You lost. You went 0-16 with Mega.
Franchise quarterback.
Mega. Yeah,
franchise quarterback was arguably one of the greatest wide receivers to play the game. And you still hit the bed.
Two generational talents, Barry and Megatron, they left because of you. You were some shit.
They retired. They had enough. They were like, I can't do this to my body no more.
I can't do this to my body no more. Exactly. Oh no, Barry didn't want to break.
So they couldn't go no more.
Exactly. Barry didn't want to do it. I had one fan say he just didn't want to break Walter's record out of respect. Shut your stupid ass up. All players are gonna say that shit. Do you not think he would want to? But here's the thing: it wasn't about that. Barry wanted to be a fucking champion. Megatron wanted to be a champion. So, Detroit fans, I understand.
The quarterback had to leave to win a championship.
Your quarterback had to leave, and mind you, the quarterback you have now is not elite. What did he do when he went to the Super Bowl with the Rams? Performed the most god-awful fucking Super Bowl of all time. Calm down, Detroit fans. Act like you've been there. We know you haven't, but have fucking class. The media is salivating on y'all because you finally look good. You're the ugly chick that finally has gotten some hold of makeup and you look respectable. We've been down that road. We're telling you, you're just the new ugly thing in fashion right now. Trust me, you couldn't even do shit against the Rams. The problem is, Slick, they forgot about our beloved Bucs. They thought just think about it, Slick. Every team that they have overhyped over us, they have underperformed. The Bucs overperformed.
We're a dog team, so I don't think that's really been our being a favorite has never been our thing, and that's absolutely fine. I'm down with that because we like being underdogs because underdogs always rise up when the time's needed. But here's the thing: this team has been awful, and yeah, they are on an upwards trend. But don't buy to the hype. Don't drink the Kool-Aid because that Kool-Aid could be contaminated. And then you're looking at and then it's choking time. You guys have got to have a bit more consistency. That's what I'm pleased for them because coming out of the basement means a big thing as a fan. We've all been there when the Buccaneers went through that big stretch of games. And then all of a sudden we started getting good. Fantastic. It's a great feeling. I've got a friend who's a Lions fan. He messaged me today saying, I can't wait for this game. It's so exciting. It's going to be two teams going at it. He's very, no banter, just talking pure respect about my team, talking respect about his team. Way it should be. That's the way I'm always about it. I like a little bit of shit talking, but he understands that being out of the basement is a nice feeling, but he also is aware that it's a slippery slope back to the bottom.
Guys, Coach Slick said it so eloquently without him cursing. But he's right. I'm doing this because I put this video up on TikTok. Now, mind you, if you give me good football insight, Slick, I'll leave you alone. I say, you know what? That's real good. But when you give me bullshit that I know that you've only heard on television, then I have to question your intelligence. DJ Reader this, DJ Reader that, Davenport. You do realize most of these motherfuckers just came to your team and they weren't special. If they were so special, why'd they get let go? If they were I've been looking at Davenport's stats. I've been looking at Reader's stats. They're good.
Not everyone's a cap casualty. Some people are just released because they're just not very good.
They're not
it's that thing where people look at a player and they go, well, he was good 5 years ago. Maybe we could help you. But you know what I mean? Or even 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever. They look at it and go, well, maybe we can get that player to recapture his youth. A bit like how the Buccaneers did with Jason Pierre-Paul. He was on a bit of a downward trend when we got him. Shaq Barrett was a nobody when we was an amazing role player. He wasn't the guy, yeah. And he comes to us, and that can happen, but you can't have an entire team built off it. There are times where we got that number. Was it number 22 or was it 23? That guy who played for us. Yeah. But he was coming off a great season. He was on paper a good a good guy to chase after. On the paper, he was. I think he was a Pro Bowler the year before. I think he was doing really good stuff at the Seahawks.
Yeah.
So it made sense to go and get. Oh, we got a cheap player that's high end. Okay, cool, brilliant. Did it translate to our team? No.
Hell no. If anything, he was a detriment to the team. That's why I had to show that play that Laporta. You let Laporta hit that one move, and you first of all tackling 1-on-1. Slick can tell you better. Go where they're going, not where you. Don't go where you want to go. You got to go where they're going. What the fuck was that? And if he stops, you don't run full speed, and he has no awareness.
You chop your feet. You chop your feet. Come to balance. And then he can go. It doesn't matter which way you go in. You are drilled in on one half of the body. Never always attack the near side part of the body. Eyes through the thighs or in the hip area. It depends on what type of tackle. You got three levels of tackle. You got that on the nipple tackle. Then you got the one that's like above the navel, and then you've got the anything below that. That kind of navel to thigh pad area, and then you've got the going for the ankles and trying to get them down.
You're talking to a defensive genius over here. Listen, hey, look, I saw what you did, and I saw your championship. You're a hell of a coach. I saw the game. Guys, you got to go back and watch that game. Man, talk about if the defense, your defense, the way I love your defense. Your defense they were on it.
Yeah, man.
On it. That's what I'm saying, guys. When it comes to that, a team like the Slicks team.
Two mistakes we made in that game on defense that cost us. One, we had to sub out a guy because his helmet came off, and you legally have to take him out. They targeted safety. The safety with the tackle, and then it goes for a touchdown. And the other one was we were driving them back, and then we get a face mask penalty. I can't see from the broadcast if it was, but it gets called, so it gets called. That pushed us then straight into the red zone, and then they were able to finish off from there. So if those two things don't happen, we're talking about a 0-0 game.
Exactly. And you can only do so much. I won't put anything else out there. I'll just say this. I hope next year the offense do the right thing. But guys, football 1-on-1. If you have to, in order for your team to win with just one side of the ball, they have to be historically on another elite level good. We're talking 2002 Bucs, 2000 Ravens. You have to. And
I don't think that anymore. I don't think those teams can exist anymore because of just how multifaceted football is. Exactly. I don't think we're going to have a team that's just got a stellar offense that's going to win a Super Bowl, because you're going to come up against that defense that can nullify your offense to a point where it's not as. What's the word? You're not articulating the ball down the field as much as you want to. You're not getting those points. You're not keeping the scoreboard going. And then it becomes frustrating because a team that's not got that adversity, when you're high flying and you're scoring all the time, you get to that adversity because you've hit that rock that won't move. And it doesn't matter how much you pound it will not fucking move. Mm-hmm. You are now fighting adversity, and that's where the infighting happens, where people are pointing fingers at each other. That's where everything starts to bubble up and people are making mistakes because everyone feels like they have to be a superhero because they can't get the job done. When you have complementary football, defense, offense, special teams, when you have all of that, it's special because everyone can lean on each other. Mm-hmm. When it's just one, you got a defense going, we're going to have to score to win this game. Exactly. And you never want the defense to be in that position. Your defense should not be the team looking to score. We love it when we get that ball, but a game should not be won based on defenses scoring. It can be won because the offense did their job. Yep. If a defense got to score to win a game, you're in fucking shit creek.
You are, and that's why, guys, Buck fans, we already know that's why we love Dungy, but he had to unfortunately go because it was the same thing in the Buccaneer organization. The Glazer family said, we don't want to waste this legendary defense. We got to get somebody in here that can give us a spark. Now, I want to just do this, Slick, because I got to do things sometimes, because when people, whatever reason, when they think I talk, they always forget, Slick. I always say we're fans of football first, then our team. So I'm just going to take off my butt cap, and I'm going to give you the football 101 first. For all you people out there that's doubting me, oh, you're just a biased fan. Okay, guys, they say AJ Turnham, how is it that either team will win the game? The game is going to be won on the trenches between either offensive line. Whoever can run the ball the best and control the clock will win this game. both teams do not want their opposition quarterbacks with the ball in their hand enough time. They don't want their run game. That is how either team is going to win. Okay. Now that I got that out the way, are you other people out there happy? That's football 101. Now I'm gonna put back on the cap now so I can explain why. Detroit, again, the media is sucking them off way too hard. Amon St. Brown, a very good receiver. Williamson just started to look good. Laporta, this is nice, but he's not fucking Kelsey yet. Stop. The strength of the Lions is their offensive line. We know that, Slick. This is how they beat teams. They get a good run game because Gibbs is a beast. Montgomery is the cleanup guy. So they control the clock to where they wear defenses down so much that when the run game is on it, then they can beat you with the play action or the deep shot to get Amon St. Brown or Williamson open or Laporta. Then why they do that, Slick, and everybody else out there, they're doing that so they can protect their defense. If you don't think Detroit is aware that their weakness on one side is their defense, you're wrong. They want to do that so their defense can stay fresh and healthy and fast. That's why they're so usually good at stopping the run early. Early, they're good, but you can break this defense down. They're vulnerable. That's how you beat them.
You beat them with long drives. You beat them with long drives, keep them on the field. Keep them defending, just to triculate the ball. And it's demoralizing. There's nothing harder than defending a long field. So let's say they get the ball at the 25, and it's taken them 10 minutes to score a touchdown. Even if it's a field goal, you feel like you won that round, but you don't realize that these were all body blows to wear you down, to burn you out, to get you weak, because if there's a quick turnaround, that defense is straight back on the field, and they're already fucking gassed. They're already gassed.
They're already gassed. And not just physically, but mentally, because as you said, frustration comes in. Now, somebody might not do their assignment Slick the right way because they're like, fuck, I'm tired. I'm trying to get off this field. That's how Detroit can beat you. That's what makes them special. But that doesn't necessarily mean that their defense is special. That's just football 101. You want your defense to be as fresh as possible. Isn't that what happens to Todd Bowles? Usually, if the Bucs play with a big lead, Todd Bowles unleashes the hounds of hell and gets you out of there fast because he doesn't have to worry about he can take those risks. That's all I was telling people, Slick. I said this. The Bucs have the advantage in receiving core because they're better, and Detroit's secondary can't handle it. Now, someone in the Buck community said, well, Detroit will play man. That they can't. Slick, you've said this all day. You can't play fucking man all day. You try to play man all day, you're going to burn out your corners, and you're going to get beat. And
here's a question: if I was speaking to this person, how do you defend the run if all I got to do is run what I would call decoy routes? So guys will just run deep because your corners are going to be locked onto a hip. You're in man coverage. You are locking onto a hip. You are not looking at the quarterback. You're not looking at the linebacker. You're not the running back. So you're not seeing any of the exchange. You're not looking at the offensive line to get a read. And if it's play action, you're probably not going to get your read. You're going to get your read even more delayed. It's just not that simple. It's just not that simple. So all I got to do, if I'm playing a team that's going to play exclusively man, I ain't asking my wide receivers to block. I don't need them to. I just need them to run in a straight line down the field as hard as they can to get you to turn. As soon as your back is turned to the play, I hand that ball off. Now all those people you had in the box spread offense. I get me a nice little spread offense. Yep. All four guys are going to run full verts. Full verts. If it's not there, I'm going to hand the fucking ball off.
Yes, or if I got a back that got speed or runs like Bucky, I'll just toss that shit. Now he has momentum to carry it, as you just said.
And you've got the guys who should be coming down to play that force and secondary force are being pulled away by the wide receivers who are streaking up the field. And if you've got people like Danger Man, like McMillan, you've got yourselves, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, you are going to have to honor that, because if it is a full verts and it is a legit full verts, all of a sudden they're going to run the ball again. They're going to do that toss again. I'm going to put a foot in the ground. I'm going to come down out. That little hesitation.
Exactly.
Don't play man exclusively. Use man and some zone concepts. Mix them up. Keep the defense guessing. The offense guessing. the easiest thing you can do is be singular, unless you're doing the job. If your success in man is 100% and you're getting everything you want out of it, then of course, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yep.
But you'll probably find teams will scheme around it. There are man beaters. That every defense that exists has a weakness. That's why you can't just say I'm going to coach Tampa 2 and it's going to work. I can take Tampa 2 and put it in my team. It might not work. I can take the Legion of Boom defense, the cover 3 defense, and put that in. It might not work. I can take TCU's Gary Patterson's 4-2-5 defense. That might not work. It's about mixing up some coverages, mixing up some pressures, and that's what Todd Bowles does really well, is mixing up. Yeah, we get a bit annoyed with his cushion coverage. We all do. But if you watch every team in the NFL, every team in the NFL does it. There's a reason for it. I'd love to know what it is, because it's not my philosophy. I don't like it. But that's what a lot of people do. Third down, I'll get them to sit at the sticks. I don't particularly like it. I'd probably have them maybe at a 7.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But that's what I was trying to explain to the gentleman. But his first thing is, we are aware that Getke being out.
Who plays well against man? Who's notoriously known for playing really well against man-to-man coverage?
I mean,
Mike Evans is ranked 2nd by Pro Football Focus.
Yes.
As if you single him, it is done. It's over. He's getting touchdowns. It's happening. So you don't want that to happen unless you're. And I would be interested in the matchup. I saw that somebody mentioned it. I think it was Ray's Bucs Bolts mentioned that about the battle. Well, not the battle, but about Carlton Davis. Can Carlton Davis deal with the physicality of Mike Evans?
No,
I don't know. I've never watched I've never watched Bucs practice, because obviously I'm in the UK. We don't have access to it. But I would love to know that anybody, if there's anyone in our community that's ever been to Bucs practice and seen those 1-on-1s or seen 7-on-7s, and it's how does Carlton Davis, when he presses someone like a Mike Evans, because Mike Evans is power.
I can tell you this: my cousin watches that. He's in Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
Carlton can handle Mike Evans, and why? I told you, it's also, what did I say earlier? To be a good corner a lot, you also got to know how to have good recovery once you get beat. We've seen Carlton. His recovery is not good. As you just said, let's say Mike Evans doesn't even have to physically outrun him. People forget Mike Evans is pretty good on them little stutter shits. So let's say if he hits him with the quick and then just blows past him, Carlton doesn't recover from that. More than that, even if he doesn't guard Evans all the time, he cannot beat Godwin's fundamental route run skills. He doesn't have that. You're right. I asked Detroit Lion fans, who is your other corner outside of Carlton Davis? Well, we got this guy. Can they guard? Do you have 2 corners that can 100%, as Slick said, okay, I'm shutting Evans and Godwin down. Okay, maybe you do one session, but this is where McMillan comes in. Slick, did you see McMillan last week? I get it, it's the Commanders, but the simple fact that he was getting,
but he's a rookie. He's a rookie versus the Commanders. His game's going to keep stepping up as he plays. Exactly. So I wouldn't be surprised if you get to about mid-season that he's looking pretty hot, because to have this game that he had was really special.
Mm-hmm.
People don't realize that's the key here. He was that special, that quick.
He was.
What was he, 4th round pick? Third?
What's the third? I think it was a 3rd round pick.
The 3rd round pick already producing is unusual at this point in time. Now, it could be a fluke. I don't think it is. There's a reason why he's climbing the depth chart at an alarming rate, and he is knocking on the door. I think it's lighting a fire up Chris Godwin's ass, because he had a heck of a game last week. Heck of a game. Probably the best Buccaneer on the field, on the field, in my opinion. If he was my offensive MVP for that game. He was just special. And they did everything they could to deliver him the ball, whether it was a screen pass, whether it was beat ball, whether it was in breaking routes, out breaking routes. They just gave him so much combination to do whatever, or not to say whatever he wanted, but anything they could, we're going to feed him the ball. We're going to feed him the ball. We're going to feed him the ball. Because at some point you are doubling Mike Evans. Okay, that's fine, because someone else in that group isn't getting doubled, and that's the person I'm going to feed. Who's it going to be? The guy with the shortest hands on the field, the guy with probably the best the ability to break on a route. It's Chris Godwin until McMillan's ready. When McMillan's ready, now you're going to have 2 Chris Godwins to contend with.
Keyword guy, 2 Chris Godwins to contend with, and I just had to explain to people, Detroit is not the fucking Legion of Boom. If you don't think their third string corner is going to have problems, then you just don't know football. That goes for the Bucs too. That's why we're nervous. We're like, Lord, please don't let our idiot guy on the field get beat. But I want to go back to this one because this is where I said yes and no. One of our guys was saying, well, you know, Skule coming in for Gedke, he's going to get blown up all the time. I'm going to say this. It is a possibility. Skule is not Gedeke. We know that. But at the same fucking time, you don't know 100%. Hell, for all we know, Skule might blow him up. Hutchinson, I told people, stop glazing this man. I looked at his stats before. They're good, Slick, but he ain't Bosa. He ain't Watt. He's getting there, but he can be beaten. And somebody said, even so, that's where the fucking rollouts come in. That's where crossing routes, get him in a spread, chipping.
That's where you get a tight end double team with him.
Exactly.
Tight end double team release.
Exactly. Hutchinson is not there yet. Now, he's a guy that you can chip. I told people this. They said, well, what about that sack he got? Did you not realize that he wasn't covered? If Gedeke had him covered, Gedeke was stonewalling him most of the game. It's Hutchinson is good, but he's not a record just yet. I keep telling people they're good, but their run defense, we already explained. Their run defense looks good because they're not on the field that often. But Graham Barton and Bucky, you talking about lighting fires up people's asses, you're onto something. I think McMillan does light a fire under Godwin, but I think Bucky really lights a fire under White. If you didn't see the game, Slick, I mean, if you saw it, my cousin was in the stands. The fucking stands were yelling Bucky when he was on the field. Anytime he ran, the fans yelled Bucky, Bucky. So, and that's another thing. I don't think Detroit at this point I think they're under. I don't think Dan Campbell's underestimating the Bucs because he's a coach. He knows better. But I do think some of those Detroit players are going to underestimate the fact that Barton is not Hainsey. Hainsey couldn't get advantages, but Barton can. Bucky Irvin, if we just run to the left side or run up the gut, it's so many ways to beat this team. And we didn't even bring up Cade Otton yet, Slick. Isn't that sweet? We haven't even brung up Cade Otton. You just said it. If they got to guard all our receivers, their linebackers are not the strength of this team. Oh, Otton, I want you to go up the fucking seam. Let's do this. Oh, their linebacker's going to close in and try to blitz because they want Hutchinson to get some help.
Where he's not.
Exactly. Oh, okay. Otton, you know what to do. I got you, coach. A 30-yard bomb over the linebacker's head. Otton catches the ball. Oh, and then we forgot about Palmer. Crossing routes. I'd cross the route. You know me. I'm crossing the fuck out of Detroit. Okay, you got McMillan and Palmer in a crossing route. One is just going to kill you with pure speed, and then the other is just going to kill you with route running. This matchup is not as lopsided as the media wants to make things are. Like, that's what I was trying to tell people, Buck fans and Detroit and football spectators. I'm like, this is not the team that you played last year. If this Bucs fucking run game turns average, it's going to be a long day for the Lions. That's all I was saying.
So, AJ, I got to go because I got to get my kids ready because they'll be close to their bedtimes and stuff. So we're going to get them sorted. So I will see you maybe post-game show, maybe not. If not, we'll catch each other on Wednesday.
Yes, sir. My man, go Bucs. Take care of yourself. Go Bucs. Shout out to Slick, guys. Always the man. But as you see that we are giving you football, we're just giving you real shit one-on-one. And I'm going to go through the comments because I really do like the things that a lot of people were saying. Christopher Cole says on offense, we're just one guy on the starting group, but it's a big hit. It is, but at the same time, the receiving core and the line the receiving core will make up for that. And Slick told you can chip him with a tight end. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if the Bucs go in max protect and worry about the defense this game. Look, the defense has to get 3 and outs early. If the defense can get 3 and outs early and the Bucs offense capitalizes, it will be a different story. I just told you, I'm going to take my cap off and give you football. Whoever in this game, whichever team runs the ball best, and drains the clock, that is who is going to win this game. Now, this is me just speaking from a football analyst perspective. Whoever can run the ball, because both offenses are going to do their best to keep their defenses fresh. And Detroit has to more than the Bucs actually, if they were healthy, they would be a much better defense than Detroit. But Antoine is out, Canty is out. So yes, those two are major factors. But what I want people to understand, the Eagles defense, the Detroit's defense is not as top tier as people want to say. They don't have a Levante S type of player on their team. They don't have a Vita Vea S type of player on their team. They don't have an Antoine Winfield S type player on their team. It's just a simple fact. What blows me is that the fucking media is just seriously over slopping and glossing and glazing and slurping and jerking the fucking Detroit Lions. That is what pisses me off, because at this point, it's like I said, Bucs are better as underdogs, but damn, at least give us some kind of fucking respect. Because here's the thing, I don't want to hear no shit about the Bucs beat the Commanders. Okay, but y'all still had fuckers out there that was trying to say the Bucs were going to get upsetted by the Commanders. So spare me with that bullshit. If it had been that the Bucs, if it was like overwhelming that the Bucs were going to win, that's a whole different story. But the simple fact that people out there were saying that the Commanders were going to possibly beat us, that shows you the Bucs are better than what you guys think. The media just wanted to give up on the Bucs because we weren't the exciting story. I had to tell somebody that Pittsburgh is going to beat the Falcons. They didn't believe me. Then when I showed them, they said, "Oh, damn, you know what you're talking about." Yes, football, guys. I'm a fan of football first. Am I a Bucs fan? Yes. Am I passionate? Yes. But yes, hold on. DJ Reed from the Lions. Who gives a fuck about DJ Reed? Bucs, people out there, did DJ Reed make that much noise before he got there? That's all I'm saying. DJ Reed is good, but he ain't no Vita Vea type of player. That's all I'm trying to explain to people. The Detroit defense, the reason why they thrive is because the Detroit's offensive line keeps them in games. But that's not always going to be the case. That ain't always going to be the case. This Bucs team is good too. People were so busy talking about Detroit's receivers. They don't got shit on the Bucs receivers. That's not me saying it just because I'm a Bucs fan, but realistically, Amon-St. Brown is not Mike Evans. Williamson is not Chris Godwin. They don't have enough years together to even do that. It's just disrespect. They want Detroit to be this winning team so fucking bad. They are a good team. I'm not taking anything away from Detroit. They are a very good team. I am proud that they have finally got shit together. Dan Campbell is an outstanding coach. But let's pump the brakes. They had one good year. We don't know what's going to happen. Did you not just see the game against the Rams that they played? They barely beat them. And I get it. Good teams find a way to win, but they didn't dominate. And mind you, the Rams had backup tackles in. Somebody brought that up. I like the fact that you said that. Wait a minute. Let's see who said that. Because whoever said that was good. Yeah, let me find that. Let me find it. Christopher Cole said this. No, did he say that? No, wait a minute. Somebody said something that I'm going to find it, but here's the thing. They barely beat a Rams team with backups, and mind you, Cohen has a Sean McVay type of offensive mindset, so can you imagine what he's going to do with our receiving core? The Lions, and look, so for everybody who was saying how great Amon-St. Brown is and that he's better than Evans, Amon-St. Brown was quiet. Laporta was quiet. Wait a minute, hold on. Evans wasn't quiet. Godwin wasn't quiet. They made shit happen. So spare me the bullshit out there, media, about this Detroit being the Super Bowl contender. Are you serious? Thank you, Chris, for saying that. Super Bowl fucking contenders, possibly. Wait a minute. How is it that they have jumped so far? They're not better than the 49ers yet. That's what I'm saying. You got to be a well-rounded team. Detroit is not well-rounded yet. Yes, their secondary has gotten better a little bit. But damn, they're not Legion of Boom-esque. They're not an overall just overwhelmingly dominating team. Again, I'm going to say it again because I have to get this out here because I had to talk some shit last night. I find solutions. And if you think I'm doing that, you don't think that Cohen and these guys are looking for that. We are aware Gedeke being out on this offensive line fucking sucks. We get that. It's very bad, but it's not the end of all ends. Now, worse would have went down, then yes, I'd probably go into panic mode. But there are ways to beat this defense. I don't give a fuck about Hutchinson. Hutchinson is a good talent, but my God, he ain't Aaron Donald or fucking Simeon Rice or Strahan out there. He's good, but he ain't great. So don't let people out there scare you about some fucking Hutchinson. And we don't know how Skule is going to be. We don't know. Their backups handle Skule. The Rams' backups handle Hutchinson decently. It ain't like Hutchinson had like 6 sacks. He had 1. That's cool. But I'm not going to just, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how Skule is going to be out there. He might be solid in the run, but sus in the pass. We don't know yet. But what I'm here to tell you is that this Bucs offense, we know today the Bucs offense has to be the hero. We are very aware of that. The Bucs have got to establish a run game, and they have got to take advantage of turnovers and get points, just like they did in Washington. Even if they walk away with 3, they cannot have too many 3-and-outs. They got to drain the clock. They got to keep their defense fresh. And as I stated already before, Yaya and JTS are going to have the fucking games of their careers because the strength of Detroit's team is their offensive line. When their offensive line goes to shit, you will see that Goff will go to shit. You will see that. When he doesn't have time, Goff is not elite. Goff is not elite. We know this already. We've seen Goff when the game is on the line, he chokes. And Bucs Ray said, whoever wins this game decides who gets home game. I said that before too, Bucs Ray Bolts. Thank you. This is an important game because whoever wins this game will most likely in the playoffs. I do think both teams are going to be in the playoffs. But whoever wins this game is going to, in the playoffs, they're going to have to come to their house. I want them to have to come to Tampa. I don't want for the Bucs to go to Detroit anymore. So, yes, and Bucs win home playoffs. More than likely, yes. I honestly think that both these teams will more than likely see each other in the playoffs. But I'm not going to be out here to just talk like the fucking Detroit Lions are just this. Again, the media wants you to make it seem like the Bucs just have no shot. Yes, the injury hurt, but we do believe in Bose. And I want to say this on record. I can be completely wrong. I'm here to say that I have I can hold myself accountable. I want to get that out there. I could be wrong. Hutchinson might ball the fuck out and whoop us. Our receivers might get shut down just enough where Baker is rattled. The Detroit could run the Lions could get their run game going, and it becomes a long day. And Amon St. Brown can go off, Williamson can go off, Laporta can go off. I'm not here to say that. So trust me, I want to let people know that right now. I could be completely wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'll deal with it the best way I can. So I'm not here telling you that the Bucs are 100% going to win this game, but I'm here also to tell you that the Bucs are 100% not going to get fucking dominated. That's all I want to say. That's what I just want people to get out of this game, that Detroit is not this juggernaut that you guys are making them out to be. The Bucs, like I said, cap off again, because I don't want people to think that I'm trying to be biased. Cap off again. When it comes to the 2 receivers between Evans, Godwin, then Amon St. Brown and Williamson, who is overall better? Come on, we have to be real. That's not a question. Now, if you want to argue about the quarterback situation, that's a completely different story. Goff has more experience, but I do think Baker has more upside. But that's what I just wanted to make sure that I get off of that. That's all I just wanted. That's all I wanted. I just wanted people to understand that aspect of the game, because I'm getting sick and tired of people with the, with this notion that this Lions team is just going to walk all over the Bucs. The Bucs still have a chance to win this game. It's it puts more pressure on the Bucs. But if the Bucs win this game, boy, people sleep in Smith safety or Zion too. Well, yeah, I think like this. I say this. They're going to have to come up with many blitz and scheme packages. But if they do it, it has to hit home. You can't blitz too much. You can't blitz too much. But we'll see what happens. Any given Sunday, like you said. Yes, any given Sunday. But I do think that this game is very monumental for the Bucs. You beat this team, you shut up the damn naysayers. Well, the Detroit Lions are Super Bowl contenders, and their defense has gotten much better. Yeah, whatever. We know the strength of the Detroit team is their offensive line. So Bucs, you got to get out there and make the shit happen. Fuck Detroit, like I said. I don't care about them. They can, you know what? Either win or lose. Fuck Detroit still. So that is it. I'm going to get myself ready for this game. But again, Buc fans, I just want to say this. Do not be scared to believe in your team. That's why we're in this shit. We love our team. I'm not being unrealistic. I'm giving y'all my heartfelt fandom, but I'm also giving you the football aspect of why. And it's not far off. I don't give a shit what the media tells you, because I'll battle them too. Because again, the media doesn't focus on the Bucs as nowhere near as much as we do. We watch our teams. We see what's special. And I watch other teams too, but they have to be realistic. The Bucs got a shot to win this game despite everything, because one, again, our offense, they're going to have to be the heroes. So with that, I do appreciate you guys. You can always catch me on my YouTube channel. It's About Buck in Time. Also, AJ Turnup on TikTok, Instagram. Check out the link. I got merchandise. My motto is turn up in style. And we got this. I still think we're going to walk away with a win. But if we lose, you know what? This is just a learning step for us to see where we're measured at. But we got this shit. I believe in this team. So let's get this shit ready. Go Bucs.